clowns are still hanging around. What is it now? Anne. That fucking fucker. You're the worst cops in Revachol. I gave you gold on that tape.
That fucker wasn't aimed at you. It was at you smell weakness. He's getting tired of the game he's been playing.
Dark. Dark is when you start a goddamn death rock band. What did she have to say then? Fine by her? This is what people are supposed to be like? Fucking whoop-de-doo.
Yes. In fact, I think she thought it was a little funny.
Funny? No.
Seems like they wanted to give Klaasje a second chance to play along. She's
All right. All fucking righty then. I guess it's good then. That fucking...
Please try to control yourself in the presence of visitors, Titus.
Okie dokie. This is just perfect. Just fucking perfect. Any thoughts on this, lawmen?
Women are crazy. Irrational. That's what you're thinking, right? Also, your fists are itching for a bump.
I asked for your opinion, not a bedtime story. Tell it to your grandma.
But she didn't. She knows she can't lie to us.
Fantastic. So now, you remember how to do your job. I'm so sick of this piss. We should get something harder in here.
Yeah, guys. We should get a party going.
Why? Success. They admitted to unlawful collaboration to derail the investigation.
Nah. I know her. She's just a girl. In over her head. Handled him? She got into some stupid shit with that.
Yes, we heard all about it, and the fact still stands. You were more disturbed by the tape than her.
Yeah, maybe. You can say that again, copper. Right here.
Here we go. Bump it hard. Your fist connects with his. Hard. The slam is audible. You can almost... A flash of pain, like slamming your fist against iron. He is stronger than he looks.
And now you, Vino Claude.
The lieutenant adjusts his glasses. A bond has been formed. Not bad.
I already told you. We fucking hanged him.
There's less gusto in his voice now. His men too. They're confused. This is...
Come on, Titus. We know you didn't hang him. He was shot. I know you're tired.
You know what? I am tired. I'm tired of you and the whore upstairs. Next time you see her, tell her Titus said, "Fuck on!"
This is the petulant rage of someone who's at the end of their wit.
That lying, scamming.
Yeah.
On the floor, beer drips out of the can into a small puddle.
What is this quiet funeral shit? All we need is some beers in us.
Why do we make it 40, huh? Why do we make it 100 beers? You're not loud enough.
100 beers? Now we're talking. Hoppity hop over here.
The window might be closing. The more beers they get in them, the less cooperative they will be.
It's you again. What is it?
Convince Titus he's being manipulated. You should know by now. Titus Hardy will never falter. Just remember, it's about more than Klaasje. It's about these men outside under the rising sun. Tattered and in ruins, the windows of the cafeteria.
Huh?
He'll get it. Go on.
Got it. Kill you because they don't like you. All because...
Bring that up one more time, and you won't get to write that report.
The man's fists under the table are balled. You can tell from his neck and shoulders. He means it.
Yes, I understand, Alain. That's your name, right, Alain? You'll kill us. That's what they do in the wild north.
It wasn't that. It wasn't... We just couldn't get him down, okay?
That's it. That's the weak one. You flushed him out.
Officer, you will be next if you don't shut up.
Firearm, a Glass 08 or a 38 caliber pistol. Either is he's onto you. He knows what you're trying to do.
We didn't kill him. We didn't...
Shut up, Angus!
Fatty! Say one more thing to the cops and I'll...
Dennis, stand down, or I'll beat your head in. Theo, take your hand off the belt. This isn't 31. I've got this under control.
The room falls quiet. So quiet, you can hear Angus wheeze.
Angie, where's your goddamn inhaler?
I left it home. I can't get it. I'm too fucked.
Why are you so fucking fat, Angus? Now it's all pointless. Because of you. You wasted my time. I told you, Titus. I told you...
Lizzie, your help is no longer needed here.
Fine. I'll tell him. After a long walk along the coast.
You're in. He's all yours. Questions? He nods.
You hanged the corpse to cover up the real...
Another nod.
'Cause the girls asked us to. They were in some shit.
Girls plural? There's another girl? Two of them?
Did she kill him?
Cop, I have no idea. The girl says she didn't. Klaasje came down. She seemed really out of it. Drugged up, even more than usual. Bug-eyed, and it looked like she'd redosed after something went down. I've seen that look before. She was scared. I knew someone had died. I've done this job for 10 years. I've seen it before. It's the politician in the motel room with the dead hooker scenario. Only in reverse.
Good analogy, boss.
You don't get to talk yet, Shanky. You're still on the bench. You keep taking it easy, too.
That's okay with the fat man, still wheezing there.
We went upstairs. Sure as day the Merc was dead. There was a bullet hole through the window. Fuck.
He means they'd been fucking?
Tibbs patched the window. And the corpse. Yeah. He's my brother. He's in...
Tibbs. That's short for...
Yeah.
Bet their father's name, Atticus Hardy. Lucretia Hardy would be their sister. Anyway.
You may have noticed our girl's in some shit of her own. Yeah, she wouldn't. She's fucked if she shows up. They're powerful. Connected to the Moral Lantern. She's clear.
That's all he knows. That's all
And why would you help someone like that? By taking on a murder?
Why would I? I guess we abide all sorts of runaways and losers here. It's a Martinez thing. Not yet. Just some ideas. She says the shot came from outside, behind the window somewhere. So that's a clue. I'm thinking someone's past caught up with them.
Hers, you mean?
I mean the people after Klaasje. Maybe the shot missed. Maybe.
I like that. Been thinking the same thing myself.
My dude. One of those mercenary buddies of his could have done it. They got guns, training, years of bad... Tell you what I'd do. Check out the coast for vantage points. Maybe consult with a ballistics buddy of mine. That's what I'd do. If I wasn't too busy doing this...
He's calm now. Threw all that turmoil away. These theories, not bad. Don't buy either one, but still.
In a manner of speaking.
Remember the two girls? He may be talking about the other one.
That's right. It was her idea to hang him. I liked it. For political reasons. It sent a good...
The big guy turns to Glenn, who's the blonde, shuts his mouth before a word escapes.
I'll say it again. All the Hardy Boys are right here, cop. That woman is just affiliated with the Hardy Boys. You don't know her, anyway. We're Hardy Boys, and that's it. Nope. You're not getting to her. It's Klaasje you want to talk to. Me too.
The lieutenant gives a smile only you can see.
You do that. Hey, cop. Before you go...
Suddenly, the wind picks up outside. You hear it rattling the large windows in their frames.
Klaasje, came to Martinez to hide. Many of us did. This is where you wash up when there's... That's right. If we didn't take care of the people who end up here, this place would just be a couple of ruins and some cargo containers.
We'll take that into account.
It's always good to see you.
Something in her demeanor has changed. She's tired, consigned to her fate, to being here with you and...
I understand. I knew there was a chance you'd get them to tell you. For what it's worth, I'm sorry for what...
This is good. Clear the air for... Is it? Shush. I can't hear what she's saying. Let the mist speak. She's tall and thin and tired. a twig trying so hard not to break.
If you knew we would find out eventually, why did you waste our...
Because of the Hardys. I couldn't just dispense with them. They were only trying to help me. Out of the shit. You're right. You answer to the coalition government, and by extension...
Briefly glancing over her shoulder to the sea, where the cold oceanic expanse lies, and behind it, another world.
You share a database with them. You send people to their courts. I have people after me, and they have friends in the moral intern.
What happens if they do?
They will kill me, sir. If you file my name, take me in for questioning, well, then I'm fucked. For nothing. This murder didn't have any...
Fucked. People after her? Moral intern people? This isn't... Actually, this murder did have a little to do with her.
It's not nice, but it's not illegal. Not here in Ravishal.
What exactly?
Industrial espionage. I joined a business collective with the intention of betraying them. With a bigger company. The kind you really, really don't fuck with.
I need the names of the companies involved and who hired you.
The job was Lou's-Duin County Savings Bank. They sound small, but they're part of the Lou-Scop conglomerate. That was the second job. The first was some printer company. As to who hired me for the job, I don't know. But they're after me too. Along with Lou-Scop and their friends in the MI. Once you're done in the competitive intelligence circuit, you don't have allies. You're radioactive.
Lowe's cap. These people engineer financial disasters in second world countries. The conglomerate also includes the Bank of Consecration, Airbird, and the popular Papalolo line of dairy products.
Yeah. Papa fucking Lolo wants to kill me. Sure. I'm not a war criminal, but it was bad. A lot of people got hurt. But that's just more of my shit you shouldn't have to deal with. I did. I also had a side job selling insurance that I was really... After that, I sort of, transitioned out of the whole culture scene. We were there. Together. In bed, I mean. Okay. He was in a kneeling position. He had just entered me. I was on my back, looking at him. I heard the window behind. I turned back to him. His eyes were looking through me, and his mouth was open. Dumb. I could see. I could.
A great pain moves through her. A dark and
I knew he was dead. Before he fell down on top of me. He was heavy. I pushed him off and he fell to the floor. There. He only had his boots on. I bit the pillow, not to scream, then ran downstairs. I waited for the second shot to come. For me. I thought there would be one.
She's forgotten about her cigarette. The butt has burned right down to her fingernails.
Oh. So am I.
What time was this? When did it happen?
11:30 to 12:15. I don't know the exact time.
It's okay. Were you inebriated?
Not as much as usual. He'd done a line, plus other things.
Wait. Titus said she was gurning her jaw off, much more than usual.
Oh, yeah. I did what...
Good thinking. Clear your head. You should clear your head. Get into his mindset.
Did you hear or see the shooter in the course of the...
No. Nothing. I was trapped. I was stuck in my room downstairs. I got some clothes on and crawled back up. He was still on the floor, slouched. I couldn't be there with him anymore. So I ran down and out of my room, into the hallway, down the stairs. Sylvie was tending the bar. A lot of people were there. The Hardys were at the table and Ruby was there too. They were having such a good time. I sat down and they all welcomed me. I didn't even have to say anything.
Ruby?
Ruby. You know, the leader.
The leader?
The Hardy Boys. Well, nominally, yes. Ruby's the one they go to when things happen, like things they need taken care of.
This Ruby, in her phrasing, is entrusted with great power. She trusts...
Well, Ruby said let's talk upstairs. I showed her the room. I've known these people since December. They know my... She said she'd take care of this. It's what she does, you know, take care of things. I helped her get the body to the bathroom. We used a belt to pull him up under the shower.
To mislead you, they were tampering with...
To produce lividity, matching a hanging...
Yes.
We completely missed the tampering. Looks like you got there in time. What were...
Oops.
About 20, yes. Ruby explained it would make the blood... You know what he does. Ruby went outside to talk to Titus and the boys. I was just looking at Lely in the bathroom. I had to put his clothes back on. It took Ruby maybe half an hour to come back with Titus. I'd gotten him ready by then. They carried him out. I knew what they... Ruby said to wait here. She also said I wouldn't see her for a while. That we should lay low. I don't know. I haven't seen her since.
We will need to take this question to the Hardy Boys.
Interesting. Why did this Ruby go through so much trouble to hide something someone else did? Look into...
When he was shot? I may have.
The gunshot wasn't that loud. This is something to keep in mind when assessing the distance of the shot.
What? Why would I put myself through this? He wouldn't have died if it weren't for me. I know.
All kinds of crazy things happen when drugs are involved. Sweet, sweet drugs. He was a serviceman. He must have had a gun lying around. Now, you guys suddenly have theories pouring out, when they're obviously just stabs in the dark.
No. I specifically asked him not to carry firearms when he was with me. He only had his stupid armor. I don't know. His friends have rifles. Maybe those psychos did it? Coalition mil...
She might have been a tad disingenuous when she avoided talking about the bullet. Look who's waking up from 1,000 years of sleep.
I've said I'm sorry. What more do you want me to say? I did my best not to lie. It didn't always work. What does that mean?
Do drugs make you aggressive?
No. People don't take drugs to... I thought Ravachol would be more enlightened about this. Especially since you've...
The lieutenant, it's not one of respect. You may want to add a clever retort to this one. She looks at you. The lieutenant shares her confusion. Respond with something professional. Now.
I did not kill him to defend my...
True, sire. 'Tis true.
I'm sad to hear that. They must...
She's getting scared now. Of you. The downstairs...
Like what? That's the first thing that went through my head when I heard the glass break. I thought they'd found me. They've killed him to punish me. All last week, so they wouldn't be hurt. I've come to understand, however, This is paranoia. What happened didn't have anything to do with me. Or I don't know anything anymore.
We can't go after Loose Cap. Not yet.
I don't ask you to, Lieutenant. If there's one thing I know, it's that you'll get nothing from there. Because I'm an idiot.
Which is an indicator of truth, idiot. She's nothing of the sort.
You have to understand, the people around here, no, he kept throwing stones at him for 3 days. I could hear the thud. Thud. So
She definitely called the cops. That was task complete. It could not have been a lie. That is impossible.
last week, Angus and Titus's brother, I think he's called Tibbs, took care of.
You should have another look at that window after this. Reconstruct the scene. It's right there. Yes, you see the glass sparkling out of the corner of your... She nods, silently. She doesn't... He's thinking, are we done here? Or maybe you should take her to the station for safekeeping. No, that won't be necessary. Just leave her alone. She's been... Multi-face, I'm beginning to doubt your judgment. Are you sure you're not sleeping on the post? You have to wake this one up, with force, if you want to continue pushing her.
Hello, officer? What?
But we are awake, sire. She has been forthcoming with sordid details women usually conceal. Get a hold of yourself just once, will you? Try to look past the sexual, so you say, but give us one example of deceit. Just one example. Gosh, she's so young, isn't she? Be careful not to look too long into her soon-to-be fate. It looks like this one's not waking up. You'll have to do it without pushing her further. At least for now.
Hello, officer? What brings you up here again? Hello, officer?
Who? What? Dear God, you've been lied to. She could have killed her lover. She probably didn't give you her real name either. Why would she? Arrest her immediately before she further entangles you in her web of lies.
I agree. You wouldn't give us your real name, not when people are.
Okay. Okay, it's not. You log your work every week. It's all transmitted to Commencer. I couldn't, like I lied before, like I did at LCSB. I have to lie all the time. No. It's submerged in a plastic buoy on the coast, in the reeds. It just doesn't say Klaasje Amandu. It says Anouk Mea Smit.
Falsified documents?
Passport and visa. Given to me by my employer. I can't even use them. My employer probably leaked.
Why would they do that?
I didn't show up to a rendezvous. They don't take that lightly. I didn't show up because I was afraid they'd do something to me. The job was finished. I'm just a liability now.
She fears an arrest right here and now. This has been an awful turn of events for her.
West of the boardwalk, in the reeds, on the coast there. I put it there when I first arrived. It's useless.
The wind rises, so do the hairs on your back. Somewhere west, small bubbles rise from a plastic ball floating in. Long, spindly arms are spinning the buoy around.
Nothing is useless.
The lieutenant makes a note of it.
You're welcome to it. It's in the reeds northwest of here, past a broken sewage pipe, right near the waterline. It's Katarzyna Elysium.
It's a Grad name, Jimsk or Yugograd in origin, not Occidental at all. Smells of it also makes Klaasje almost an alacronym for Katarzyna Elysium.
It was a sentimental thing.
A nickname. Who gave you this nickname?
A teenage boy. 1,000,000 years ago. My parents were Zhimsk immigrants, but I'm nationalized Oranese. All I remember is Oranje. Elysium is my father's name. That's cool.
She doesn't feel like a Klaasje. She feels like nothing.
I am. They can never take my sash.
Yes, they can, for lying. She nods, ready for the damage. She knows you're grilling her.
There may be grounds here, at least.
A little whimper. The young woman hears.
I did. What is this? I called your desk. There was an older woman on the other end.
That is, anyone could know that, sire, by looking around.
What time did you make the call?
Thursday night.
It checks out.
But I know the time of the call, too. I know I have not been 100% truthful with... What? Klaasje. It was my first real boyfriend who gave me that name. He never recovered from the shit we went through. Because he was a writer. He made Oranese lit. And I destroyed him. I know I'm shit. I know. But I haven't done it.
Failure to aid. She purposefully misrepresent fucking mine. That's right, gang. Stern and merciless now. Stern and merciless as we reel her in. lieutenant produces a pair of handcuffs.
Please, no.
Fragile, unshielded.
I think I know who did it. Who shot Lely. I can tell you. I can help you.
She's silent for a second, as if looking into her. Gearing up for this betrayal is hard for her.
Ruby. She has this thing for me. Ever since I met her and the boys downstairs. She's been pretty frank about
what she's saying is...
And more. I made the mistake of confiding in her. I told her I was on the run. When I started spending time with Lely, she told me to end it. Said there would be shit if I didn't. It was not a good meeting.
I don't understand. What exactly in your relationship made you think she's romantic?
She said she's in love with me. She even asked me to run away with her when I told her I'm a fugitive.
And you led her on?
A little. I was flattered, you know? But then I had to let her off, and it was not easy. I came to regret being friendly with her. We may be kids.
This is just an assault.
I know what it sounds like. That's why I didn't want to tell you before. Somehow, she knew Lely was dead. She wasn't surprised at all. When we came...
This is a familiar theory. You had it too, remember? Could it be that Ruby was covering up after herself? The lynching?
She came over one night, drunk, said she'd turn my life into a living hell. And she's a pro. She must be. To keep the Hardys in line. I tried several...
Some of that fear is still with her. What are you talking about? She's afraid you'll arrest her.
She could have had access to the roof. You've noticed that door there. She could have come to the roof through that, then taken the shot right here.
Then slipped back downstairs without anyone noticing.
Interesting theory. Did she know that door exists?
Yes, of course. She's been up here many times, jacking private stations off the ring antenna. She used to come here.
Okay. Arrest the... Why? She told us some... Don't arrest her. Push her a bit more, but then let her off. That Ruby theory was solid. And she's beautiful. Her. Stop letting her distract you.
Thank you.
Something tells you, you will. She slowly lights another. You are. This is not the end of this.
Lies.
Yes, we demand she be... She nods, then nervously.
Okay.
She slowly... Motorway south. The lone vector stretches in your mind's eye into the wild pale yonder, for an unimaginable distance, forgetting, until you can no longer remember anything. No cities, no mountains, no oceans, and finally, no vector. Nothing remains. A blank space with no point of reference, where only one type of motion is possible. The motion of a human throat swallowing, and then it comes to you. To reach the end of the motorway south is to be unborn. You've had this thought before, while aimlessly wandering the streets of Jamrock. A lost piece of the man you were. A dark hope. This window is pristine on the inside, unlike the one next to it. Light from the desk lamp reflects off the glass, in and untouched. A vague sense of disappointment fills you. You get the feeling this room would tell you something crucial if you only knew how to listen.
I'm not exactly sure either, to be honest. It's a weakness.
This window is pristine on the inside. Again with this, you're not some kind of super detective. Question.
It is. We are beating our heads against this. Let's...
This window is pristine on the inside. Unlike golden light melts away into the blue, glassy darkness of your mind. In it are two neon-lit shapes, a man and a woman on the single bed. A two-hearted spider. Like the witness said, the man is kneeling, the woman is on her back. It's the night of March 4th and a shot has just been fired. The man looks directly at the woman. The shot's possible directions converge in his mouth. A ray cast from somewhere outside, ending him. From the roof outside, location A prime. The glass fractures around the bullet hole. Shards face inwards like a corona behind the woman's back. The man does not know the bullet has entered his brain. He never will. Death comes faster. The ray cast from the man's mouth unravels into a fan of possible directions, all on the roof at first. The shot could have come from any of them. This is composite location A prime, most likely of the origin points. There could have been. Then the rain and slush and wind washed 72% with an antique weapon that fires military-grade ammunition. A Belmagrave rifle, for example. The lights were on in here. Outside it was dark. It was like shooting fish in an aquarium. A well-lit aquarium. The victim opened his mouth to let the bullet in. Neither of them would have seen anything outside in the darkness. Too busy with that. None that you've found thus far. But that doesn't mean there aren't any. Point X would contradict the woman's testimony, rendering the entire proposition void. That's a 28%, yes. In this model, the shot could have come from a greater distance. Nothing excludes the possibility. Should we extrapolate to include? According to your map of the district, this shot could have come from a wide angle of locations, starting with the northern edge of the abandoned boardwalk, ending with an islet in the bay. Let's call them B prime. B prime for boardwalk, B double prime for Land's End, and B triple prime for the islet detective. There may be smaller points in between, but those are too fine to zoom in on. "700 meters away. The likeliest of these B positions, 20% chance. A skilled sniper could have made the shot, provided he had a safe sniper's nest. Even with the light on inside, we're talking military training. At that distance, the perpetrator would have 1.2 kilometers away. The least likely of these positions, let's say 3%. A truly skilled sniper could have done it. 1 kilometer away, a point beyond the docks, on an islet in the bay. The fort is ruined, but the perpetrator may have found a stable spot on the beaches surrounding it. The shot would have been a small miracle, 5% likelihood. There is an extremely narrow field of view from the bay to the window. Between Rue de Saint-Ghislain 10 and 33A, the angle would have been extreme and access to the islets is questionable.
From where, precisely? I see you have given this a lot of thought. Are those the locations you've singled out in addition to the roof? And what is the likelihood, in your opinion, that it came from a further distance? Okay, well, we should see if there is gunshot residue or sniper nests if we go down the coast. It would be the diligent thing to do. Until then, personally, I'm going with the roof version. It fits the hidden path through the whirling. A simple hypothesis.
It's you again. What is it? Why? Sounds like you're making her a suspect in Ruby's one of us. We're not gonna throw her under your moral...
And fuck you too, moral
Ruby is missing. If you hide from the police in a murder investigation, you become a suspect.
That's nothing. That's just legalese. You don't even have a sound theory.
I think we'll keep sticking around, Titus. You'll be surprised at how quickly a theory presents itself if you keep looking.
A sudden flash of lightning in your neocortex. The hostel cafeteria is lit by its airy blaze. Floor plans, bullet trajectories.
Because she was here, all night, with us.
He's cobbling together shit so he can put her away. It's Cop 1.
She was here all night? 12:25 to 12:15?
Yeah, with us, drinking, near the stage there.
No.
That's a lie.
All right, she took a fucking leak, okay? For one moment.
Could this complex operation be the one Joyce armed?
Just because she was gone for 5 minutes doesn't mean she magically...
All right, we're in. We got Ruby unaccounted for sometime during the window. This was crucial. Now let's place her on that roof.
How? People say there was a pinball arcade here.
East Delta Pinball Arcade.
Okay, but how'd you get up? There's no room for a stair.
The elevator is outside the building. It's an old dumbwaiter used for moving pinball machines up and down from the workshop. Thank you.
The lieutenant is glad he got the floor plan right.
Ruby could have gone...
That's quite the theory.
I'm on it, boss. Right when the law clears, me and Angus are going...
It's a dumbwaiter, not an industrial lift.
Just now. You got something else to back this route up? Or is that it? Firmly doesn't go well with could've. There's a route to the roof. Me and the boy, but a route. does not put that bullet.
Phase 2. Murder weapon. Get a gun. Just don't contradict yourself. If it doesn't sound like Ruby did it, maybe keep it to yourself.
That looks antique. A Velma Gray. It's inoperable. Where'd you get it?
20, maybe 30 rifles, Titus. Also broken, but still, there were 2.
God damn it. We need to close that.
Okay, I see your point. There are guns lying around. Damn it.
We just missed one. Ruby doesn't know this place, boss. Just these cops digging up shit.
Look, fucko.
Yeah?
I don't know, Glenny. Ruby's a little secretive, isn't she? Wasn't like she told you every little...
She organizes things. She doesn't...
It's clear.
Easy now, Glenn. What he's trying to say is...
You don't need to prove anything. Doubt is enough.
So
it had to come from a breech-loading rifle. This goes against your everyone has a gun theory.
You just showed him a breech-loading gun.
A broken old broomstick is what you...
Time to really close the deal. The blonde man looks...
Yeah.
Whoa. Well, goddamn. You have been thorough. Now, what the heck?
He's trying to woo us with cop science. But
yeah, but the Mambo...
It does?
Yes.
Just making sure we are on the same page. It doesn't all fit.
You lost your gun.
Tell me, did you lose it before the murder? Sure.
Stop thinking about your lost gun, damn it.
This was merely a thought exercise.
I don't know, cop. Why don't you...
Easy now, Al.
Titus, we're not seriously considering it, are we?
Phase 3. Motive. The last component.
Yeah. Like what? No. She didn't tell you shit. If she did, it... And I suppose you have a theory on that.
Think about it. Why go through all that?
She had, like, a fully formed plan and shit.
Really, Shanks? Klaasje wanted to talk to another girl, that's all.
Time for a logics demonstration.
You're wrong.
It's a thought exercise, Titus. Think. You kill him. Get up there. Shoot him. Get down.
Alone. I don't drag.
If she used us, then that's a serious...
But she didn't. She would never do that. Why aren't more of you defending her?
Glenn, I thought the same thing when she skipped town and left us in this shit.
Oh, so he didn't rule her out completely. And she skipped town. This is good.
There's no fucking leadership challenge. Just when I...
Man, now he's just throwing...
Okay. We ruled out infighting.
There's a bit of truth in there for Titus to react so brashly. He does not like his authority.
Nah, man. That's just Ruby.
Plus, man, it's like female intuition, you know. Women talk to women. Which is sort of why we need someone on the team who they talk to. Yeah, exactly.
Wishful thinking has no place in a police investigation. A more serious consideration that you wish to avoid is...
Silence. He looks around the room. The old man. A very small nod. This is the only option he...
Yeah, I see it. There's one more thing I've been wondering about. I don't know where she went. She just got up. She was afraid I would tell you. Maybe
she knew there's evidence on her, and she knew we'd find it.
Perhaps. Ask her if you find her. It won't be easy, though. She made sure of that. Friday afternoon, when you first arrived, I got word the RCM was in town. Then she came. I told you. You, as in the cop with the sideburns and the disco clothes. Sure. The human You know, when I first saw you limping here, I thought she was paranoid or sniffing her own supply. But she said you have a funny taste in clothes until you have something on her. She said
And then when they're all empty, just move on.
Fucking hell.
Open Angus up like a can.
It's not an actual silence. He nodded.
You are.
Yeah, there was something.
Scared. You should.
She's not far. We know that.
Good fucking luck, man.
Yeah.
She's not real.
She's not, Glenn. A little.
Where have you looked for?
More precisely, on the coast, past the water. Sure, there's some shit houses there. I hear they have a shack where junkies some.
We will start there. One more question. What does Ruby
Boyish. Hair's red. Dyed. It'll have to.
His grip is firm and reassuring, like holding a piece of unpolished granite. Not just granite, tightly packed RCM sergeant.
When are you gonna get it through your dumb?
And he still isn't